Viewers, the I.N.D.I.A Bloc can't seem to agree on anything. Such is the dissonance in their ranks that today the I.N.D.I.A Bloc members were in a huddle again to try and forge common ground on floor strategy in Parliament. Last evening, on the occasion of an important strategy meet, the fourth ever it has held, the pre-poll coalition was pulling in different directions on the most basic of issues. So much so, viewers, that a JDU member came out and said that nothing much more happened than serving chai or biscuit. They said even samosas weren't served because the Congress is broke, and therefore it couldn't afford to even lend a little bit of ceremony to the occasion. Such, viewers, is the sense of malaise. The growing rift in the ranks raises questions about the bloc's viability. Indeed, viewers, there are just too many contradictions to bridge. Each of the bloc's members have competing interests. They rely on the same vote base for their political sustenance or survival. As a result, even their cadre don't see eye to eye. That's why most often these parties are aligned against each other. They talk at each other instead of with each other. Perhaps in the end analysis, even the glue of power will prove insubstantial in holding the bloc together. Chemistry sometimes matters more in electoral politics than math. But more than this, a little later. Let's first examine where the differences lie and just how unsurmountable they could become. Viewers, let me walk you through some of the friction points. The first is on the prime ministerial phase. The second, viewers, is on the rift over the message that the parties think they should be taking to the public. Seat sharing tensions, they have been out there for some time without resolution. The alliance is lost in translation, quite literally. Nitish, for example, backs Hindi as the national language, but the DMK speaks in a completely different voice, expressing distaste against anything North Indian. Even the Congress members, viewers, have said that the North is letting this country down. Viewers, the primacy of the Congress within the alliance is also disputed. On Savarkar and Sanatana Dharma, they are split. They talk in different voices. Here, viewers, is a report from Pallavi Ghosh, who is the channel's most experienced political journalist. Listen to this.
Despite the show of solidarity over the several suspensions, all is clearly not well within the India Front Alliance. As expected, the two sticky points remain seat sharing and who's going to be the face. Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal threw a googly and also took the Congress by surprise when they suggested that the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge can be pitted as a face opposite Narendra Modi in 2024. Within the Congress party, not many are in agreement with them because ideally they would want a Rahul Gandhi to be projected if it has to be someone from the Congress. The RJD, the JDU, the Samajwadi party remain silent, and their silence also points out to the dissent or difference of opinion within the front. But the real problem remains with the seat sharing, because that's where the differences will come out in the open. If we look at place states like Punjab, Delhi, West Bengal, how is it that these political parties, the regional satraps, would want to give that space to the Congress where they feel that the Congress has very little chance of performing well? And of course, the Hindi-English narrative. Clearly, Nitish Kumar was very upset when T.R. Balu suggested that the speech should be translated into English for his benefit, to which Nitish Kumar is believed to have said that we are Hindustani and Hindi is a Matra Bhasha. Not everyone from the southern parties agreed with it.
Well, that was Pallavi Ghosh summing it up for us. With no consensus on a prime ministerial face for 2024, on a message, on a course of action, or even seat sharing, there is a real danger that voters will be disinclined to vote the bloc. After all, if the bloc's members can't trust each other on basic issues, how do they expect voters to trust them to govern? On the face of it, the India bloc has said that they will get their house in order by early January. But that might be a little too late in the day, viewers. The elections are, after all, just about 100 days away if one is to count when the poll code is likely to kick in. Viewers, let's get to our big debate. If the India alliance and the allies therein can't trust each other, how are they today seeking the voters' trust? Is it plausible? Let's put that question up.
Hello, Moto.
Viewers, this is a very important debate because it can shape really the outcome, not here, but the outcome of those constant confabulations within the India bloc could shape the outcome of the 2024 election. If it is already not a foregone conclusion, that is, viewers. I want to bring in Smita Prakash first. She's the editor of I.N.D.I.A, a long-time observer of politics, needs no introduction. Smita Prakash, I can't understand this. If an alliance doesn't have a face, if it doesn't have a message, if it is bickering over seats and math and all the rest, how does it expect the voter to put its faith behind it?
Thank you, Rahul. Even if it didn't have a face, there could still be an alliance. The thing is that Operation Salvage, it seems, was on today over phone lines, barely 24 hours after the summit meeting. Now, it seems as if there are more craters on the surface of this alliance than on the moon itself. Nitish Kumar, like you pointed out in the introduction, mightily miffed, and he went on a tirade against English, which he called some leftover of colonial imposition or something like that. And the DMK asked for a translation. He instructed that no translation be made because Hindi is the Rashtra Bhasha. Now, herein lies a major fissure. The North-South divide that we have debated endlessly on television channels post results. Here was this thing which was like a major problem as far as the South states are concerned. There is ignorance, his spiteful reaction, his anger, his outburst. There is no meaning to this because there is no Rashtra Bhasha. There is a Raj Bhasha, yes, but there is no Rashtra Bhasha. Raj Bhasha matlab that there is that official language for official work. Now, his anger probably comes because he expected that he would be a convener, if not the PM face. And Mamata Banerjee went on her own, maybe consulting only Arvind Kejriwal, and announced Khargeji's name. Now, and that it didn't end with that. She said that Priyanka Gandhi should stand opposite Modi in Varanasi. Now, that's not acceptable to Akhilesh because he was supposed to be in charge of Uttar Pradesh seat sharing. So how can Mamata make that suggestion? Even if it came from a good place, the point is that it has to be done through consultation. So he was pretty miffed, and he was anyway miffed because 24 hours before that there was talk that Mayawati should be brought into the alliance, and apparently his rank and file have said that Mayawati will not be part of the India alliance. If they are in the India alliance, then the SP won't be. It doesn't end with just that. Kejriwal's problem isn't that, he was consulted on something and he became party to Kharge's. The point is that for him, Punjab is a problem because out of the 13 Lok Sabha seats, his party will not share with the Congress. So while he suggests a congressman as the PM face, his own party in Punjab will not do a seat sharing. Where does that leave the Shiv Sena Uddhav and the JDU rank and file, they spoke to the local media channels in Bihar and in Maharashtra, saying that this is just something that the leadership was taking fancy to in the rank and file. They are not happy with it. The communists have already done a press conference a short while ago where they say that Mamata Banerjee are announcing Khargeji's name without consulting them, and 31st deadline for December is not okay with them. So the date now has been extended to 15th of January. So within minutes of the meeting, fissures really big and wide appearing in the India alliance.
Well, let me bring in Sanjay Jha. I think that was a very comprehensive overview of the problem. Sanjay Jha, a coalition of contradictions, a coalition of contentions, a coalition of convenience. Does the India bloc lack electoral credibility? Fundamental question tonight.
Rahul, I just want to make a few points. Number one, I have no idea on what basis are many speculations being made. I also happen to know a lot of members of the India Alliance, and I can tell you the India Alliance is in very good shape. India Alliance is moving forward. They are united. They are convinced that we have had the most disastrous prime minister in our history, who's not just destroyed the economy, fractured our society, and threatened our constitution, but there is a need for India to start breathing again. If anybody wants any further proof, ladies and gentlemen, watch what the BJP government is doing to the opposition by suspending over 140 members in parliament while they are hurriedly passing critical criminal amendment bills. So, I think, one of the biggest flaws of democracy, and I will tell you that, Rahul, is that people tend to believe that there are permanent winners and there are permanent losers. I can tell you this for a...
Okay, I think we've... Yes.
Last two general elections.
Yes.
But
yes,
change. And the truth is, let me tell you this, the truth is there are serious challenges in the rural economy.
Right.
There are massive challenges on unemployment manifesting itself in pretty ugly ways as of now. And then you have, of course, the bigger challenge, I believe, of the fact that we are a society that is intrinsically looking broken since Mr. Modi became Prime Minister. So I think the opposition is fighting truly with a larger cause. I will concede the point, Rahul, that you made, and even what Smita Prakash made, that yes, there are going to be certain issues on which parties which have contested each other, the Congress in particular, has been a common adversary to many parties. There are certain hurdles to be crossed, but it is all happening as we talk. Okay. And in fact, I would say that the reason why the BJP will be a little anxious today is because, let me tell you, there is a resolve and there's a determination that the India Alliance is going to fight it out tooth and nail.
Okay.
And
Sanjay Jha,
trust me, anything can happen.
A quick counter question, Sanjay Jha, before I bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra and also Mr. Monojit Mondol. Very quick counter questions. What you've just said about the failings, etc., you've been saying for 9 years. In fact, even before you open your mouth, I made 5 points down of what you were going to say. So I could frame my counter question. It was exactly on T. And this is exactly what Rahul Gandhi says. Now, it's been 9 years. 2 elections have come and gone. And the opposition is decimated in both these elections, as you know. The tally for the BJP has gone up. So,
okay.
when you lack a message, or if it's a message on repeat mode, which is being constantly rejected, perhaps as an alternative, you would want a messenger. You can't even decide on a messenger. 2 of the very influential members, Mr. Kejriwal, towering figure in political circles. And of course, the one with greatest pan-India appeal, Mamata Banerjee. She has said it must be Kharge. The Congress has not even endorsed it. In fact, it's been stunned into silence. Do you think Mr. Kharge should be the messenger at least?
Well, Rahul, let me quickly answer you. You said that some of the issues that I will raise, you already knew it, because those issues haven't gone. Just because Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister
It's not about whether
today,
they're gone or there. It is about whether the people are accepting it. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter what you say, how often you say it. It's who you say it to and whether it is being bought. Now, clearly the message is lost. Perhaps the time has come to put a messenger before the public. Maybe the messenger will be supported. Now, who's that messenger? Two very influential, very tall pan-national leaders. Pan-national leaders with 40 seats between them in parliament. Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal say it should be Kharge. The Congress has not been able to bring itself to say whether it should be Kharge or not. Why?
Okay, let me answer you. Let me answer you very quickly. The very fact that you have two people from different political parties of the India alliance suggesting the name of Mr. Kharge, who is a Congress president as a prime ministerial candidate, tells you as to how dispassionate and impartial the entire.
No, because there are 15 others who are opposing it. That's the other problem.
You're not letting me finish.
Including the Congress, which hasn't come out and said anything.
Let me finish my point. Right. Let me finish my point. Here is the biggest issue, in my opinion. I do believe that nobody is obliged to respond to this recommendation immediately. There are other members of the alliance as well.
Is it because he's a Dalit?
So I'm answering your question.
And you don't like the fact that he's a Dalit?
Let me tell you, I'm not going to prejudge what the alliance is going to announce formally, because let it be a formal announcement. I personally believe Mr. Kharge is a formidable political candidate to defeat Mr. Modi and take on the BJP. Right. So let's see what happens. But the second point is equally critical.
It should be a formal announcement. It is not a foregone announcement. It should be a foregone announcement if he is formidable. All the Fs, 3 Fs in this sentence, viewers. I started with 3 Cs, he's turned it into 3 Fs. Now let me ask Mr. Iyer. Formal, foregone, formidable. F, F and F. Tell me, sir, what is the problem then? What is the problem?
The 4th F, Rahul, which is failure. You see, the problem here is, there is, I'm going to synthesize what Sanjay and Smita said. You see, there is, what is the basis of identity? As Huntington described it, there is substance and salience. Substance is what binds us together. Salience is what separates us. So they have enough salience. They know very well that, we all hate the BJP. The problem is, where is the substance that binds them together? It's very illusory. You see, you can keep saying, yes, these will be overcome, but they are not being overcome. You cannot have a chief minister who says kick out Biharis and North Indians from Tamil Nadu on the one hand, and on the other have a chief minister of Bihar who says there will be no translation and Hindi hamari matrabhasha hai. These are irreconcilable. And the problem is, these are planks of their electoral success in their own states. DMK won its first election very much on the basis of the anti-Hindi agitation, which ultimately defeated Kamaraj and brought Annadurai as chief minister. This is number one. Number two, what exacerbates this lack of substance amongst all of them is a combination of threat and loss. Sure, all of them perceive a threat from the BJP, but see, some parties have a lot more to lose than other parties. Some of them, for example, Mamata Banerjee, she seems to have accepted that Modi might do very well in the general elections in Bengal, but she will always thrash the BJP in state elections in Bengal, in much the same way that Delhi votes overwhelmingly for AAP in the state elections, but it votes overwhelmingly for the BJP in central elections. The only problem is, Rahul feels the loss much more because his future depends on central elections. Mamata Banerjee, Nitish Kumar, etc., feel the loss a lot less because they are dependent on state elections, and this duality comes into play. Third, there is the issue of Mr. Kharge. Now, I don't know why the Congress is taking so long to approve of this, because it's a fantastic name for the Gandhis. You see, if Mr. Kharge loses the election, they can always, do what they did to Sitaram Kesri, who was the last Dalit president who they locked up in a room, roughed up and threw out of the party office and God knows what not. And on the other hand, if they succeed, they can run a remote control government like they did for the last 10 years. So, I don't know what is really holding them back. It suits the Gandhis. It suits the I.N.D.I.A alliance. He is a South Indian who can speak Hindi. He is a South Indian who can speak apparently at least 2 South Indian languages. He is acceptable to everybody. I don't think the BJP also has a negative opinion of him.
Okay.
He is somebody who bridges divides. He certainly doesn't use the kind of divisive language that Rahul Gandhi does. So, Why haven't they? So this is something that
Why
you have
haven't
to ask
they?
Congress, because it's their own insecurity. It's the Crown Prince's
Okay,
own
let me ask.
insecurity.
Let me ask Monojit Mondol, who speaks in favor sometimes of the TMC on this particular broadcast. Let me bring you in, Mr. Monojit Mondol.
Yes.
Now, why
What is
did,
your
for
question?
example, Mamata Banerjee, in your opinion, champion the cause of Mr. Kharge? When the Gandhis are there, they are towering over this I.N.D.A alliance. Why pick
India alliance.
Mr. Kharge?
Always India alliance.
I do not possess that level of political sagacity or acumen to comment on a decision taken by someone like Mamata Banerjee, whose political career, whose life has remained an epitome of sacrifice. She was known to the world, to India, even before the name of the present Prime Minister was even known to the country.
Right.
So I think when she proposed a name, along with a very, very honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, there must have been some reason. And I do not understand why BJP and the whole lot of their supporters are almost having a kind of voyeuristic tendency about this kind of a decision or proposal. They should introspect. They should. I should tell them to lay off, and we know how to handle these issues. I mean, they have no worry about the fact that India alliance has got not just a leader but many leaders, and they will be extremely capable of choosing a leader from the many leaders.
Okay.
Unlike the BJP or the present political dispensation, who functions barely because of 2.5%.
No, but doesn't Mamata Banerjee's sagacious recommendation count for anything? Because the Congress should have jumped and said, we endorse this. It comes from the sagacious, internationally renowned Chief Minister of Bengal, as you are saying. It comes from somebody who was known to the world even before Mr. Modi. But clearly the Congress has not jumped to it. In fact, Mr. Kharge weaseled out of it in the company of Sonia Gandhi by saying, no, we look at it after the elections are over.
Have you heard to the extent of the negatives that the Congress or any other political parties have outrightly rejected the proposal?
No, but why haven't they accepted it? The one JDU leader says that people
I tell you,
were just busy eating their biscuit and tea.
Yeah, I tell you, because for us and for the supporters of India Alliance, what matters most is first to oust this political dispensation.
No, clearly not, because Mamata Banerjee suggested that we must have one second. Now you are presaging. Now you are doubting Mamata Banerjee.
Prime Minister.
No. If that was the case, but
we
Mr.
are here
Mandol,
to serve the people of this
that is true, but who?
Correctly and rightly.
But who? Because you see, Mamata Banerjee says that the first priority is to pick a messenger.
Rahul, can I add to what
chosen at the right
said?
time? Yes.
At the right time, she says now. Do it now. She's telling, and also Mr. Kejriwal was nodding and saying yes.
That can happen through consensus. I repeat.
Consensus.
This country
does
not function the BJP function.
Okay, now listen to this. This is very important.
A pro-fascist
you see the message.
Suspending one after the other inside the parliament.
Okay.
This is a democratic alliance.
Okay.
This is called a democratic alliance.
I'll bring in the BJP to respond to that, but viewers just pay attention to what Mr. Mondol said. It will happen through consensus. You see, Nitish Kumar has a problem with Kharge. Lalu Prasad has a problem with Kharge. He supposedly walked out. He walked out. Now, if the message is being negotiated, the messenger is also being negotiated, we all understand that negotiations deliver compromised outcomes. So, if you don't have Kharge, you have somebody else, maybe even someone like Sanjay Jha or somebody like that. Viewers,
let us not trivialize this discussion like that.
I'm saying that he's a very senior leader. How am I trivializing? Sanjay Jha is a senior leader of the...
You are. And
he's been a national spokesperson, sir, before even people heard of you.
12
years. 15 years. 15 years Sanjay Jha has been a national spokesperson. He's a well-known figure.
Could be.
So what?
Doesn't matter.
So
Sanjay Jha is a good friend.
Why? There is no place. There is no place, you mean to say, for a Sanjay Jha to lead the alliance?
You do not need to trivialize this.
I'm sorry, sir, that you're being extremely dismissive of the capacities of Mr. Sanjay Jha.
Trying to analyze
He was
your
taken
side.
so seriously that they even suspended him. If he mattered none to nobody, they wouldn't have suspended him. I mean, come on, let's not be so dismissive of poor Sanjay Jha. He's earned his teeth. He's here on this panel because he's written 2 books on the party and on politics. 1 minute. Let me bring in the BJP.
You do not need to play the mischief.
I'm not. I'm not
Sanjay Jha
playing
is
any
an
mischief.
extremely
No,
good
that is
friend,
why he's
but
here, because he does bring.
You are trying to play something that we can all understand.
Okay, sir, I'm
bringing in
understanding.
Sanjay Jha
I'm
into
understanding.
discourse
Sir,
about
I'm understanding. I'm understanding. I'm
People
the bad. I'm the villain. Anyhow, let me bring in. Let me
you are
bring
not
in.
a villain. You are extremely-
I'm a villain, sir. I'm a villain. Mischievous imp. Okay, let me bring in Pratyush Kant. Pratyush Kant. Look, I have conceded 1 point that I'm the villain. But I'd rather be a villain because I stand for the public interest. We want a strong opposition. We want Kharge, a Dalit, who is today carrying the flag as a torchbearer of the Congress. And the Congress is rejecting him, is not accepting him. 2 top leaders of the alliance have suggested that he should be made the prime ministerial face. Why do you think this is the case?
Rahulji, good evening. Let me tell you this, whether it was in Patna or in Bengaluru or in Mumbai or now in Delhi, this alliance is about optics. There is no Hindi-English divide, there is nothing. The truth is that Nitish Kumar was very hopeful that he'll be the PM face or at least the convener. In first Patna meeting or in Bengaluru meeting or in Mumbai meeting, what has come out of the whole thing? We will fight together. How will we fight together? There's so much dichotomy between all of them together. Lalu, Nitish, Akhilesh, Mamata ji, communists, they are all not on the same page at all. They are just there because all of them are trying to save their own respective parties in those small little states which they rule. There is no ideology which is there. Now poor Rahul Gandhi is the owner of Congress party and Kharge ji cannot be the owner. I am 100% sure that Mamata Banerjee, who fights the communist in West Bengal and Congress fights communist in Kerala, or Aam Aadmi Party which hates Congress, they are there because of Congress in Delhi and Punjab, they are all having fun.
Okay.
This whole alliance is a Ghamandi alliance. This alliance has no ideology at all. All these Hindi, English, we are angry, we are happy, is all meaningless. While they know, while they are aware, Rahulji, that BJP is working on ideology, they are working on development. Narendra Modi has a vision, they have no vision, no roadmap. How can you come and fight? Do you think people of this country, they don't understand?
Second big alliance in NDA with 2-digit numbers in the parliament. Name the party in your NDA alliance with 2-digit numbers after BJP. Please name it.
2-digit numbers? I don't understand.
See,
what are you saying?
Don't get angry.
With the second big ally partner in NDA.
Don't challenge. Don't see. Here we go to election. NDA goes to election, categorically saying that Narendra Modi is our face. Narendra Modi has
This is not about the NDA alliance. This is about the India alliance. 1 second. Stop, gentlemen. 1 second. Let's not speak over each other. Smita Prakash, let me bring you. Okay, 1 second. Gentlemen, please, silence, please. Please, let's be. Okay, calm down. 1 second. Smita Prakash, let me bring you in. The charge is today from the BJP that the I.N.D.I.A Bloc exists as an optical illusion. Would you go along with that categorization?
No, that's, I think, dismissing it too much. If it fructifies with seat sharing, then yes, it will be formidable. But even if it doesn't fructify before elections, if it happens after elections, even then it would be interesting. And my guess is really that like the UPA, it's something that will actually crystallize after election in case the BJP doesn't do well. I don't see, the meeting that happened yesterday. There are 2 things, Rahul. There's nuts and bolts and there's optics. On nuts and bolts, the elephant in the room is seat sharing. Did not happen and doesn't look like it's going to happen. On optics, there was no bonhomie. Lalu Yadav, and we've talked about everything else, but let's talk about the major problem. If it's Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, just look at the two major issues. Akhilesh doesn't even agree to the name India. He's calling it something else, BDA. He doesn't even agree with the name. As far as Bihar is concerned, Lalu Yadav and Nitish, it seems, that's what the state units are saying, are barely speaking to each other, and that was evident in this footage that you're showing, the meeting. They didn't even look at each other. Look at the optics of Arvind Kejriwal. He looks so despondent. He's already left for his retreat. So where is this, the seat sharing talks that one is talking about? And as Abhijit said, hating BJP is not a unifying factor. It's good for the imagery, but it's not a good enough reason. They couldn't even pass unanimously a resolution on EVMs. And as far as Kharge ji is concerned, he's immensely capable of leading an alliance, but not one reaction notice from Mrs. Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi.
That is strange.
Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal have suggested, but nothing. And the 5-member committee, which of the Congress party has who in it? Very senior leaders, granted, Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel, there's Mukul Vasnik, and there is Salman Khurshid and somebody else. These are the people, they have lost elections recently. Very, very great. They're senior. They have a good track record, but they've lost elections. So look at the rank and file of the Congress party. What are they going to think?
Right.
That they've just lost elections for us, and you're giving them the responsibility for an election 5 months from now.
So maybe instead of the BJP saying that this is an optical illusion, they should say it's an optically challenged bloc that provides the illusion of opposition. Maybe if that is the way we categorize it, we could perhaps get closer to the truth. Okay, right. Viewers, look, whether it is optically challenged that provides the illusion of opposition, or it is actually optically challenged, will be determined in a few weeks. Hopefully, they'll get their act together. And hopefully, viewers, we will have an opposition to challenge the NDA. Otherwise, viewers, democracy doesn't really thrive. We want an election where issues are brought out, where accountability is fixed. And if that doesn't happen, the opposition is to blame. If democracy today looks lopsided, it is the opposition that is to blame. We must keep that in mind, viewers. We must keep that in mind. I just want